Hello everyone, how are you all, dear teachers, friends, and students? So, today I have brought before you a fine topic, a fine chapter which is prescribed for 10th class English first language learners. The name of the topic is The Girl Who Was Anna Frank. The Girl Who Was Anna Frank. It's written by Louis D. Jong. It's written by Louis D. Jong, and this present story tells us brutality or cruelty which was happened in the period of Adolf Hitler, a German dictator. So, especially Adolf Hitler killed Jews with hatredness. So, he was strongly hating those Jews. That's why he killed so many Jews there. So, in this chapter, it tells us, or it is a proof, it is a testimony that how brutally Jews were killed, how inhumanly Jews were killed during the time of Adolf Hitler, a German Hitler. ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ದ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಹೂ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಫ್ರಾಂಕ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಸತ್ಯ ಕಥೆ. ಇದನ್ನ ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಲೂಯಿಸ್ ಡಿ ಜಾಂಗ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ಒಬ್ಬ ಲೇಖಕ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಪಾಠದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಅಡಾಲ್ಫ್ ಹಿಟ್ಲರ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜರ್ಮನಿಯ ಒಬ್ಬ ನಿರಂಕುಶಾಧಿಕಾರಿ, ಡಿಕ್ಟೇಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ ನಿರಂಕುಶಾಧಿಕಾರಿಯ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಹೂದಿಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಮಾನವೀಯ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ದಬ್ಬಾಳಿಕೆಗಳಾದವು, ಅವರನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರೂರವಾಗಿ ಕೊಂದ್ರು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅಮಾನವೀಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ, ಅವಹೇಳನಕಾರಿ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಕ್ರೂರವಾಗಿ ಆ ಯಹೂದಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಲ್ಲಲಾಯಿತು. ಅಂತಹ ಯಹೂದಿಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ದಬ್ಬಾಳಿಕೆ ಆಯಿತು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವರ ಯಹೂದಿಗಳ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಅಡಾಲ್ಫ್ ಹಿಟ್ಲರ್ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಈ ಒಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಂದೆ ತರುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯವನ್ನ ಹಿಂಡುತ್ತದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯವನ್ನ ಅಳಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪಾಠ ಇದು. ಇದು ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಮೂಲತಃ ಇದು ಡೈರಿ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಡೈರಿ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಪ್ರತಿ ದಿವಸ ತಾವು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು, ತಾವು ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ನಡೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಘಟನೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಡೈರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ, ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರಿ ಬರೀತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನ ಅನಾ ಫ್ರಾಂಕ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹುಡುಗಿ ತನ್ನದೇ ಆದ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಡೈರೀಸ್ ಬರೀತಿರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಆ ಡೈರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಬರೆದ್ಲು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದನ್ನ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವಳ ತಂದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ನಾಜಿಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರ ಜರ್ಮನಿಯ ಹಿಟ್ಲರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅವನ ಸೈನಿಕರು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಯಹೂದಿಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಮಾನವೀಯ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಕೊಂದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ತಿಳಿಪಡಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ಒಂದು ಡೈರಿ ಡೈರಿ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಡೈರಿ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅನ್ನಾ ಫ್ರಾಂಕ್ ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡೈರಿ. ಅದು ಆಕೆ ತೀರಿಕೊಂಡ ನಂತರ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷಗಳ ನಂತರ ಅವಳ ತಂದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಅವಳ ಜೀವನ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪಾಠ ಪುಸ್ತಕಕ್ಕೂ ನಾವು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪಾಠವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದೊಂದು ನೈಜ ಕತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯವನ್ನ ಅಳಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕತೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಮಾನವೀಯ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಈ ಒಂದು ಪಾಠದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಬಹುದಾಗಿದೆ. So the name of the topic, The Girl Who Was Anna Frank. So dear children, still if you have not subscribed our channel, please subscribe our channel by pressing red colored subscribe button which is on your screen, right? ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ತಾವು ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿರದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಪ್ರಥಮವಾಗಿ ತಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ವೀಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಂಪು ಬಣ್ಣದ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಬಟನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನಾವು ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋನು ತಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಷಣಾರ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ಗೆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ತಾವು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಲವಾರು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು, ರೈಟ್? ಡೈರಿ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಬಹಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು, ನೀವು ಈ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದು ಡೈರಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಿಜ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಆದ ಘಟನೆಗಳು, ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಏನೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಏನೇನು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಏನೇನು ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಆದವು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದನ್ನ ತಾವು ಡೈರಿ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಬರೀತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ರೈಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತೀರಿ ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ್ ದಿವಸ. ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾವನೆಗಳು ಮೊದಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಕನಸು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಭಾವನೆಗಳಾಗ್ತವೆ, ಭಾವನೆಗಳು ಕೆಲಸಗಳಾಗ್ತವೆ, ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳಾಗ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಒಳ್ಳೊಳ್ಳೆ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಬಂದಾಗ ಡೈರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯೋದನ್ನ ರೂಢಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ರೈಟ್? ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈರಿ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ as what we can say as this chapter. ಈ ಒಂದು ಅವರ ಡೈರಿಯಿಂದ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನ ತಮ್ಮ ಪಾಠಕ್ಕೆ ಹಚ್ಚಲಾಗಿದೆ. ನೋಡೋಣವೇ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ. ರೈಟ್ ಡಿಯರ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್. ಸೊ ಆರ್ ಯು ರೆಡಿ? ಪೇಜ್ ನಂಬರ್ 17. So have you heard about Adolf Hitler? Who has not heard? Who has not heard Adolf Hitler and his inhuman and cruel nature? ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಡಾಲ್ಫ್ ಹಿಟ್ಲರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ? ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತನ್ನ ನಡುಗಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ, ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಕ್ರೂರ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ನಿರಂಕುಶ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ. The supermost in our mind. When do you think of him? Discuss. So what do you think of him? How the people were treated in his period? So let's discuss in this present chapter. Are you ready, dear children? So let's go to the topic. Page number 17. What is the name of the topic? The girl who was Anna Frank. The girl who was Anna Frank. Who is the writer? By Louis de Jong. Louis de Jong. And how do you know that human race is worth saving? An argumentative young student once asked his professor. So once a class was going on, a student asked his professor. What he asked? He asked that how do you know that human race is worth saving? So how can you say that human race is good, or how can you say human race is bad? Right? Said the professor, I have read Anna Frank's diary. So professor said that I have read Anna Frank's diary. So from that diary I want to tell you something. Our diary ಇಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. How this diary of a teenage girl came to be written and saved is a story as dramatic as diary itself. So as I told earlier, so this chapter is actually in the form of diary, which main points were brought here in the form of this lesson. So how this diary of teenage girl? She was teenage girl. Teenage means what is the age? 13 to 19. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's not there. So she is a teenage girl. Maybe girl of your age. You are almost about 15 or 16. Maybe girl of your age. And what conditions motivated her to write? ಆಕೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಕಾರಣ ಆಯ್ತು? And saved is a story. So how she saved in the form of diary, that has become a story. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರೆದ್ಲು, ಅದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. No one foresaw the tremendous impact that the small book would have not been. See, no one can foresaw. Foresaw means ಮುಂದಾಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡು. Please note down. Foresee. Guess, or we can say imagine, or ಮುಂದಾಲೋಚನೆಯಿಂದ ನೋಡು. ಯಾರು ಮುಂದಾಲೋಚನೆ ಸಹಿತ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. Tremendous impact. How influence it made on the whole world. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅದು ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಭಾವ ಬೀರ್ತು ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೋಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. Who had it published after Anna's death in a Nazi concentration camp? See, her father published that diary after Anna's death, after his daughter Anna's death. So he was in Nazi means Germans. Germans are called Nazis. The followers of Hitler are called Nazis. Concentration camp. Concentration means it's given in the glossary form. Let's check it. What is its meaning? Concentration camp, a prison consisting of a set of buildings inside a fence where political prisoners were kept in a very bad conditions. Concentration camp means where political prisoners or all kind of prisoners were kept in a very bad condition. ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಒಂದು ಜೈಲುಗಳು ಅನ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಥವಾ ಜೈಲುಗಳು ಅನ್ಬೋದು. ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಲಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅವರು ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. The diary of Anna Frank has now been published in 19 languages. Please note down. So she has written just to save her feelings, just to share her sorrows, troubles and tortures. But after publishing, it was published in 19 different languages in the world. 19 ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಪ್ರಕಟಗೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, including German. See, including German. So it was published in German also, and has sold nearly 2 million copies. made into a play by Francis Godrich and Albert Hackett. See, and it won the Pulitzer Prize for drama. See, how many copies sold? 2 million copies of the books were sold. It means that it was read by 2 million people and made it into play. So it was written as a drama and enacted on the stage. Who were responsible for enacting? Francis Godrich and Albert Hackett. They enacted, they made a play. ಅವರು ಇದನ್ನ ಡ್ರಾಮಾ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ತಂದು ಜನರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರ ಅಡಾಲ್ಫ್ ಹಿಟ್ಲರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕ್ರೂರ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನ. ಇಟ್ ಓನ್ ಪುಲಿಟ್ಜರ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಡ್ರಾಮಾ. ಪುಲಿಟ್ಜರ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಯಾವ ತರ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾರತ ರತ್ನ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪದ್ಮಶ್ರೀ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಗಳು, ಅದೊಂದು ಜಗತ್ ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ. ಡ್ರಾಮಾ ಅಂಡ್ in 1956 to 57 season alone played in 20 different countries to 2 million people. So in 1956 to 57, within 1 year, season alone, not only in one season, the whole year it was enacted, the whole year it was played, where 20 different countries, in 20 different western countries, 20 ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪಾಶ್ಚಿಮಾತ್ಯ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಡ್ರಾಮಾ ಆಡಲ್ಪಡ್ತದೆ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ. In London, it ran for nearly 6 months at the Phoenix Theatre. So it continued, or it was enacted on the stage in Phoenix Theatre nearly 6 months. 20th Century Fox turned it into a film. See, famous film company, famous film producer company, 20th Century Fox published it or directed it or turned or made it a film. So it is there on YouTube. Please watch it. Diary of Anna Frank. It is there on YouTube. Please watch it whenever you find a time. ಅದು ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಅದು ಡೈರಿ ಆಫ್ ಅನಾ ಫ್ರಾಂಕ್ ಅಂತ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಆಕೆ ಜೀವನ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ 21st Century Fox ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆಕೆ ಜೀವನ ಆಧಾರಿತ ಒಂದು ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಕತೆ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ವೀಕ್ಷಕರು ನೋಡಬೇಕು. To understand this amazing response, it is necessary first to understand the girl who was Anna Frank. To understand this amazing response. So why such a response was given by the whole world? To understand this, we have to read about Anna Frank. ಅದು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಪ್ರಭಾವಶಾಲಿ ಆಕೆ ಡೈರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಪಾಠವನ್ನು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕವಾಗಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಆಗ್ಬೋದಾ? So let's go to paragraph number 5. When Hitler came to power, when Adolf Hitler came to power, Adolf Hitler ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಾಗ Otto Frank was a banker. Otto Frank was Anna's father. Remember, who was Otto Frank, her father. Whose father? Anna's father. What was he? What he was doing? He was a banker. He was doing banking business, or giving, taking interest and giving loans, and he was doing such things. He was a banker. What was he? He was a banker. Her father was Otto Frank. He was a banker. Remember, please underline. Living in Germany. So basically, he was living in Germany. He had married in 1925. So Otto Frank got married in 1925. 1925 ಅವರು ಮದುವೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. In 1926, his first daughter Margot. So in 1926, his first daughter Margot was born. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಜನ್ಮ ತಾಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ಆಕೆ ಹೆಸರು ಮಾರ್ಗೋಟ್. Was born, and 3 years after, his second Anneliese Mary, the great lady of our chapter. So second girl was born to that Otto Frank was none other than Anneliese Mary, who was called short as Anna. Anna. Please underline. What was her full name? Anneliese Mary. ಅವರ ಎರಡನೇ ಮಗಳು ಯಾರಾಗಿದ್ರು? Anneliese Mary. Please underline. ಎರಡನೇ ಮಗಳು. ಒಂದನೇ ಮಗಳು ಯಾರು? ಮಾರ್ಗೋಟ್. Elder daughter. Next, Anneliese Mary. Second daughter. second daughter. She was a second daughter. She was usually called Anna. So she was called Anna with her nickname was Anna. Sometimes tender one. Sometimes they used to call tender ones. Means as a father and mother family members call her in different names. Anna, Annelies, like that. In autumn 1933, when Hitler was issuing one anti-Jewish decree after another. So decree means order. Please note down. Decree means order. Decree means order. Adolf Hitler announced order. He declared order about anti-Jewish. Smash or kill Jews. Jews ಕೊಲ್ಲುವುದಕ್ಕಾಗಿನೇ anti-Jewish order ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. Otto Frank decided to emigrate to the hospitable Netherlands. So Otto emigrate means go away. Emigrate means go away. ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ Otto Frank ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಆ ದೇಶ ಜರ್ಮನಿಯಿಂದ ಹೊರಡ್ತಾನೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ. ಯಾವ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ? ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟೇಬಲ್ ನೆದರ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ನೆದರ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಸ್ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಬಿಲಿಟಿ, ಅತಿಥಿ ಸತ್ಕಾರ ಒಳ್ಳೆತನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಸರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನೆದರ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡಿಗೆ ಹೊರಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆಟೋ ಫ್ರಾಂಕ್. ಎಷ್ಟನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ? 1933. He started a small firm in Amsterdam. Amsterdam in Netherlands. Amsterdam is in Netherlands. After going to Netherlands, Amsterdam, there he started a small firm, small industry. Shortly before outbreak of war, he took in a partner. So after short time, he took a partner, Mr. Van Dorn. So Mr. Van Dorn was his partner. Van Dorn ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿನ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಆಗಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. A fellow refugee. So he was also refugee. He was also Jew. Refugee means ಆಶ್ರಯದಾತ. ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಬಂದವರಿಗೆ refugees ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. So he was also Jews. Mostly they traded in spices. So they traded different things. So they started spices. Sambar padarthagalanu martare. Business was often slow. Their business was often slow. It was very slow. Once Otto Frank was forced to ask his small staff to accept a temporary cut in their modest ways. See, Otto Frank was very humble, very respectful, because once he said all his staff members temporary cut in their wages. So he was going to temporary cut in their wages. ತಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಲೋ ಇದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. No one left. ಆದರೂ ಯಾರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. So it was the greatness of Otto Frank. ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, why his staff members did not leave Otto Frank though he gave small amount of money. ಕಡಿಮೆ ಹಣ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಯಾಕೆ ಅವನನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಏನು? Why they didn't leave him? They all liked his warm personality. Staff members all liked his warm personality, humble nature, good behavior. Underline warm personality, good personality. They admired his courage. They praised his courage. And the evident care he took to give his two girls a good education. See, he had a good courage and he used to support his staff members. He used to support them, he used to help them. That's why they didn't leave. Yaru bittu hogilla. So Otto Frank's main concern was to give good education to his two female children. Who were two female children, Margot and Anna. So he was very much concerned about their education. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಯಸಿದ್ರು ಅವರು. As a pupil, Anna was not particularly brilliant. Anna was not so brilliant. Average, she was an average student. Most people believed with her parents that Margot, her elder sister, was more promising. Most people, maybe their neighbors, they believed that Margot was promising. She was more talented comparing to Anna. Anna was chiefly remarkable for the early interest she took in other people. So her interests were different. Anna's interests were different. So interests differ from person to person. ಆಸಕ್ತಿಗಳು, ಆದ್ಯತೆಗಳು ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಕಡೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇರ್ತವೆ. She was emotional and strong-willed. Please underline. How was Anna? So if you are asked to write about Anna Frank ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬರೀರಿ ಅಂದಾಗ ನೀವು ಆಕೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರು ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. So she was emotionally strong. She was strong-willed girl. She had a strong will. Real problem child. See, real problem child means she used to face the problems. Her father once told me a great talker and fond of nice clothes. So she was a great talker, means she was a great orator, she was a great speaker and fond of dresses. Maybe her habits. So she was a habit of enjoying dresses. Not only that, she may have the like of becoming a speaker. Life in town, where she was usually surrounded by a chatting crowd of girlfriends. So she, as girls have their own friends, she had also some friends. Suited her exactly. So, according to her will and wishes, she had her own company of girls. This was lucky fact because Frank family could only rarely afford a holiday, nor did they own a car. See, they didn't give holiday to their firm. ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಹಾಲಿಡೇ ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಇವನ್ ಡಿಡಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಎ ಕಾರ್. ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. When Nazis invaded Netherlands in May 1940, so Nazis means Adolf Hitler's army invaded, ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆದರ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ the Franks were trapped. The Franks were trapped means this Franks family was trapped. ಅವಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ತೊಂದರೆಗಳಾಗ್ತವೆ. Earlier than most Jews in Amsterdam, Otto Frank realized that the time might come when he and his family would have to go into hiding. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿತ್ತು ಹಿಟ್ಲರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಮ್ಸ್ಟರ್ಡಾಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಡಗುದಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಹೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. He decided to hide in his own business office. So he decided to hide in his own business office along with his family members. ತನ್ನ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. Which faced one Amsterdam's tree-lined canals. Which faced one of the Amsterdam's tree-lined canals, a few derelict rooms on a upper floors. So he made few secret rooms on his business office. ಕೆಲವು ರಹಸ್ಯ ಕೋಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. Called annex. So that place was called annex. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ರೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಗೆ ಎನಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ Anna Frank described her life in annex. Life in annex ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಕಡೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, annex. Were secretly prepared to house both the Frank and Van Don family. So both the Van Don family and Frank's family were secretly living there in annex. Early in July 1942, Margot Frank was called up for deportation, but she did not go. See, Margot Frank was called deportation means she wanted to go somewhere, but she didn't go. ಮತ್ತೆಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಬಯಸಿದ್ರು, ಅದು ಹೋಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. Straightway the Franks moved into their hiding place. Which was their hiding place? Certainly, yes, dear children, annex. Remember, which was their hiding place? Or ಅಡುಗುದಾಣ ಯಾವುದಾಗಿತ್ತು? Annex. Where was annex? Annex was in the topper part of their business firm. ಎಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬರಬಹುದು. Yes. The Van Dams followed shortly afterwards. 4 months later, they took into their camp loggings another Jew, a dentist. See, another Jew joined who was dentist. So Van Dam family and a dentist who was Jew, they also started living in annex. Songbird in hiding. Songbird means birding song which wings were cut off. ಹಾಡುವ ಪಕ್ಷಿ, ರೆಕ್ಕೆಗಳನ್ನ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿ ಹಾಡುವ ಪಕ್ಷಿ, ಆ ರೆಕ್ಕೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಸಾಂಗ್ ಬರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಹೈಡಿಂಗ್. ದೇ ವೇರ್ 800 people, any sound. So they were 800 people. Extremely sorry. They were 800 people. So there were 8 people in annex. Frank family, and 3 from Van Damme family, 1 Jew dentist. Any sound, any light might betray their presence. So any sound, betray means cheat. Any sound may cheat them. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಶಬ್ದ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅದು ತೊಂದರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. A tenuous link with outside was provided by radio. So only link with the outer world is radio. So they regularly used to listen radio news and radio activities. By listening that they come to know that what's happening in their country Germany. ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಕೇಳೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕವಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಒಂದೇ ಯಾವ್ದಂದ್ರೆ ರೇಡಿಯೋ. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ರೇಡಿಯೋ, which we rarely find nowadays. Please underline which was the link to them, radio. And one more, 4 courageous members of Otto Frank staff. 4 courageous Otto Frank staff, 4 members of Otto Frank. Otto Frank ನ 4 ಜನ ಕೆಲಸಗಾರರು ಮತ್ತು ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಇವರು ಊಟವನ್ನು ತರ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಹೊರ ಜಗತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ನಡೆದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಮತ್ತು 4 ಜನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವರ ಸಂಪರ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿದ್ರು. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್. 2 of them typists. 2 of them were typists. ಇಬ್ರು ಟೈಪಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ರು. Who in secret brought food, magazines, books. So they secretly bring magazines, books to them. The only other company they had was a cat. So there was only a pretty cat which was there in company. So ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಕಂಪನಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಒಂದು ಜೀವಂತ ವಸ್ತು ಯಾವ್ದಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಯಾಟ್. While in hiding, Anna decided to continue a diary which her parents had given her on her 13th birthday. See, while in hiding, during hiding time, Anna decided to write in their diary. So which was presented by her parents on her 30th birthday. ಆಕೆ 13ನೇ ಬರ್ತ್ಡೇ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಅವರ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರಿ ಬರೀತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಏನ್ ನಡೀತು, ಏನು ಅನ್ಭವಿಸಿದ್ಲು, ಏನು ಘಟನೆಗಳಾಗ್ತಿದ್ವು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಬರೀತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾಳೆ. She described life in the annex. Please underline what she told in her diary. So she told in her diary the not beautiful, the worst experience, worst life of Germany in annex, not in Germany, in Amsterdam. She described life in annex with all its inevitable tensions and quarrels. So she explained tensions, quarrels which were happening around her. But she created first and foremost a wonderful, delicate record of adolescence. So adolescence is the period which was in between adult and teenage. Adult ಮತ್ತು ಟೀನೇಜ್ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಒಂದು ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ವಯಸ್ಸು. ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅಡೋಲೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಆ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕ ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳಾದ್ರು ಡೆಲಿಕೇಟ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಅನಿಸ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ. Sketching with complete honesty a young girl's thoughts and feelings. So sometimes she explained as a young girl ಆಕೆ ಭಾವನೆಗಳೇನಾಗಿದ್ವು, ಆಕೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ ಭಾವನೆಗಳು ಬರ್ತಿದ್ವು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಆಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾಳೆ. So she explained honestly her feelings and thoughts, her longing and loneliness. So what were her longings? Longing means demands. What were her likes and dislikes? And loneliness. So she explained about her loneliness, aloneness, oneness. I mean not oneness, being in one. ಒಬ್ಬಂಟಿ ಆಗಿರುವುದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕಷ್ಟದಾಯಕ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಆಕೆಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ. I feel like a song bird whose wings have been brutally torn out, who is flying in utter darkness against the bars of its own cage. Please underline. These lines can tell the brutality or cruelty which has been done in Germany by Adolf Hitler. ಜರ್ಮನಿ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಲ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡಾಲ್ಫ್ ಹಿಟ್ಲರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅವನ ಸೈನಿಕರು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕ್ರೂರತೆಗಳನ್ನ ಈ ಲೈನ್ಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತವೆ. I feel like a songbird. So she feel like a songbird. ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ರೆಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿ ಹಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಾಂಗ್ ಬರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಹೂಸ್ ವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಬ್ರೂಟಲಿ ಟಾರ್ನ್. ಸೊ ಆಕೆ ರೆಕ್ಕೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕ್ರೂರವಾಗಿ ಕತ್ತರಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಅಟರ್ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ನೆಸ್. ಕತ್ತಲಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕೆ ಹಾರ್ತಿದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕೆ ಜೀವನ ಕತ್ತಲಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಅಗೇನೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬಾರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಓನ್ ಕೇಜ್. ಸೊ ಕೇಜ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪಂಜರ. ಆಕೆ ಮನೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅನಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕೆಗೆ ಪಂಜರ ಅನಿಸ್ತಿದೆ, ಜೈಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. So this can be asked for RC, reference to context ಬರಬಹುದು. Who told it? How was life in annex ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. What did she tell? What does it show? ಏನ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತದೆ ಇದು? What is its meaning ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. She wrote when she had been isolated from outside world for nearly 16 months. Isolated means separated. She was separated from the whole world. How many months? 16 months. 16 ತಿಂಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಜಗತ್ತಿಂದ ದೂರ ಇದ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇದ್ದು. 2 months later she had filled every page of the diary. So she filled every page of the diary. ಪ್ರತಿ ಪೇಜು ಬರೀತಾಳೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ನೋವನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. A small book bound in tartan cloth and one of the typist map gave her an ordinary exercise book. So after completing that book was filled. ತಂದೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬುಕ್ ಮುಗಿತದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಟೈಪಿಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಲೇಟರ್ ಶಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಗೋಟ್ಸ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್ ಬುಕ್. ಲೇಟರ್ ಅದು ತುಂಬಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮಾರ್ಗೋಟ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಬುಕ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರೀತಾಳೆ. Her diary reveals the trust she puts in a wise father. So her diary reveals how she had belief in her father, wise father. ಆ ತಂದೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ತನ್ನ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಹೊಂದಿದ್ಲು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಆ ಡೈರಿ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ. Her grief because, so she had a great grief or sorrow. ಆಕೆಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ನೋವಿತ್ತು. Because as she feels it, her mother does not understand her. So she feels it, her mother does not understand it. ಅವರ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. The ecstasy of a first rapturous kiss exhausted with Don Van's ecstasy of a first and rapturous kiss exchanged with Van Don's 17-year-old son. So she had some friends there. Don Van's son was there. So they were talking each other. The flowering personality. So she had flowering personality, eager to face life with adult courage and mature self insight. So she had got adult courage means she had a greater amount of courage. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಆಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು. ಅಂಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಟ್, ಸೊ ಒಳಗಣ್ಣಿನ ನೋಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ತಾನು ಆಳವಾಗಿ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅವಳಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು. On a slip of paper, Anna wrote faked names which she intended to use in case of publication. So she used some names. Publication time ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಳಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಿಜವಾದ ಹೆಸರುಗಳನ್ನು ಡೈರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವೆ. For the time of diary was her own secret which she wanted to keep from everyone. ಅದು ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಯಸಿದ್ಲು ಡೈರಿ. Especially from grumpy dentist. So there was a grumpy means there was a cunning dentist. Jew was with them, with whom she had to share her tiny bedroom. So she has to share a bedroom with means the two were sleeping there. One side Anna and other side that dentist. Her father allowed her to put her diaries in his briefcase. So her father told that whatever you write, keep it in my briefcase. Briefcase ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. He never read them until after her death. So he never read them. ಓದಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಆಕೆ ಸಾವಿನ ನಂತರ ಓದ್ತಾರೆ. Courageous leader. Who was courageous leader? Definitely Anna Frank. On August 4, 1944, one German and four Dutch Nazi policemen suddenly stormed upstairs. So anyhow, they found that some Jews were in the annex or upper rooms. So Germans and Dutch Nazi policemen suddenly stormed means they ran to upstairs. One ದಿವಸ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. How the secret of annex had been revealed is not known. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. Where are your money and jewels? So after coming over there, policemen asked, where are your jewels and money? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಣ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ jewels ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. They shouted. So they shouted loudly. Mrs. Frank and Van Don had some gold and jewelry. So Mrs. Frank and Mrs. Van Don, they had some gold and jewelry which they gave. It was quickly discovered and looking around her something to carry it in. So they took what are valuable. ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. One of policemen noticed Otto Frank's briefcase. So Otto Frank briefcase ಅನ್ನ suitcase ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. He emptied it on the floor. He emptied it. He opened and he searched so many things, but there was no such important things he found. No important things. Barely giving a glance at the notebooks. So there were so many notebooks. Then the people of Annex were arrested. All the peoples were arrested and they were taken to prisons. In the beginning of September, while elite armies were rapidly approaching Netherlands, elite means French army, Germany and their French army, so they were approaching Netherlands. The Franks and Venadons and the dentists were carried in a cattle trucks to Auschwitz. So they were carried in cattle trucks ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಹೊರಡ್ತಾರೆ. The Nazi death camp in southern Poland. So there was a death camp. So Adolf Hitler was killing them in very brutally. He was killing Jews by giving gas, some poisonous gas, and he has many ways to kill. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಕ್ರೂರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಚಿತ್ರಹಿಂಸೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕೊಲ್ತಿದ್ದ ಆ ಜನರನ್ನ. There the Nazis separated Otto Frank from his wife and daughters without giving them time to say farewell. Otto Frank ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ತಾಯಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಬ್ರು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಫೇರ್ವೆಲ್ ಸಹಿತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ. ಫೇರ್ವೆಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಾಯ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಿತ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ. Mrs. Frank, Anna and Margot were marched into women's part of the camp. So they were taken to women's camp, where Mrs. Frank died from exhaustion. So Mrs. Frank was tired and she was died. The Van Don and the dentist too lost their lives. Van Don was died and dentist were also died. Both were dead. So this is first part of video. So remaining from 17 up to end paragraphs, I will take it in second video. So dear children, read this chapter once or twice. You can easily find how brutally Germans worked or how brutally they behaved with Jews. So it's eye-opening chapter for everyone. So thank you dear children for watching this. So let's meet in the next and part 2 video. Till then, please take care. Still, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe and get connected with our world of learning. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you.